Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about four topics. So those are one, what is database, what is DBMS, what is RDBMS. Inside that again we'll be discussing about difference between DBMS and RDBMS, and last but not the least, what is SQL. So inside this we have two more topics, that is what are tables and fields and what SQL can do. So without further late, so we'll be going to discuss about first point, that is what is database. Okay, so what is database? Database is an organized collection of data. It means a collection of data which will be organizing in such a way that to store the data. Okay, stored and retrieved digitally from a remote or local computer system. It means so that will be stored having in the within the local computer, or it may be in the remote server. Okay, so databases can be vast and complex, and such databases are developed using fixed design and modeling approaches. So this is called database. Okay, so with this we are moving to the next topic, that is what is DBMS. Okay, so DBMS stands for database management system. Okay, DBMS is a system software responsible for the creation, retrieval, updation, and management of the database. Okay, it means a database management system is a software which is responsible for creation of tables or data, whatever it is, a retrieval of the data, and updating of existing data, and management of the database, giving permissions to a user, giving access to the user for the getting the data, something like that. Okay, it ensures that our data is consistent, organized, and is easily accessible by serving as an interface between the database and its end users. Okay, or we can call it as application software. For example, we have an mobile application or web application. So if we wanted to log in, okay, so we need to register first, right? That registration, while registration, so we'll be giving some data, right? So when that registration is happening, so we are taking the data and we are storing it somewhere in the database. That is called database. So we have data. Okay, now we have data in database. So but after that we need to fetch the data, right? So storing is not the only operation we are doing in the database, right? So we will be fetching the data also, right? So this will be comes under the database management system. Okay, for example, say you can see in the above picture, so we have student and course. Okay, courses will be available in some institute or some any colleges or schools or something like that, right? So if a student wants to take a particular course, okay, so they need he or she needs to be enrolled. Okay, so that he or she can join that course and learn something. Okay, so the enrolling data, whatever he given the data while doing that enrollment, so that will be stored in somewhere, that is database. So that database, when he wants to see that information about that student, so we'll be using database management system to fetch the data. So I think you got the idea what is DBMS. So okay, so we'll be moving further. Okay, so what is RDBMS? The next topic is what is RDBMS. So RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. Okay, so it is the most popular database system among organizations across the world. Okay, it provides a dependable method of storing and retrieving large amounts of data while offering a combination of system performance and ease of implementation. And now I think you will be having one doubt in your mind, like, so what is DBMS and what is RDBMS? So what are the differences? So now we'll see the what is the differences between DBMS and RDBMS. It means database management system and relational database management system. Okay, the first point is number of allowed users. Like in DBMS, it accepts one user at a time. Okay, whereas relational database management system can operate with multiple users. Okay, at a time will be access only one user in DBMS. So whereas in RDBMS, we can operate with multiple users. Okay, so the next point is in RDBMS, RDBMS needs less software and hardware than RDBMS. Okay, so and RDBMS needs more software and hardware like resources. So now you will be having one doubt in your mind again, like if DBMS uses less resources like software and hardware, so why we need to go to the relational database management system, right? So the point is the above point you can understand, like it will only use one user at a time. It accepts only one user at one time. So whereas an RDBMS operate with multiple users. This is the one point. And the next point is going forward, you will understand. Okay. The next point is DBMS can only manage small amount of data. Okay, small amount of data. So it will manage that. So whereas in RDBMS handles any amount of data, like from small to large data. Okay, from small to large data. How it handles? How it handles the large amount of data in RDBMS? Why we can't do this in DBMS? We'll be discussing in the further videos. Okay, so in RDBMS, I'll say in the simple words here only. We'll discuss about in further videos also. Like it means relational database in we'll be storing data. We'll segregate the data in different tables and we'll be relate those tables. Okay, yeah, clear. I mean, high level. I'm giving you the information. So okay, moving forward, we'll go into the next point. Like, data is kept in a hierarchical form in a DBMS, whereas an RDBMS utilizes a table where the headers are used as column names and the rows contain the corresponding values. See, data in DBMS, it will store it in the hierarchical, like parent to child to child, something like that. Okay. So whereas in RDBMS, you can say it will store it in like a table. Table means a collection of columns and rows. So we'll be discussing in the further what is table exactly, how it denotes. So we'll discuss it. Okay. So whereas in the next point. So RDBMS doesn't use acid properties. Here, acid properties means atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. These are called acid properties. So, what are these? We'll be discussing this in the later videos like a separate topic. Okay, acid properties a separate topic we'll be discussing. Okay, so just for now, just remember these differences. Okay, so but whereas in RDBMS, it's based on the acid properties itself. While designing, it is a base of the acid properties or DBMS. Okay. The next point is it will not provide any support for the distributed databases and DBMS, whereas an RDBMS offers complete support for the distributed databases. Okay, distributed databases means the databases which is available in the different sources. Okay, and the next point is DBMS cannot normalize the database support. Okay, it does not support the normalization. So whereas an RDBMS can be normalized. So these are the differences between the DBMS and RDBMS. Okay, so with this we are done as of now with the basic information and a thing. So what is the RDBMS? Okay, so we'll be moving for the next topic, that is what is SQL. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is the standard language for relational database management systems. It is a standard language for the relational database management systems. It is especially useful in handling organized data comprised of entities and relations between the different entities of the data. Here simply you can treat it as a entity means a table, okay, a views, okay. So we'll be discussing, okay. So what are tables and fields? See, a table is an organized collection of data stored in the form of rows and columns. Okay, so columns can be categorized as vertical and rows as horizontal. The columns in a table are called fields, while the rows can be referred to as records. See, so here the table structure. Um, See, so this is a table which is having a headers like ID, name, and age. Okay, so rows 1 John 30, I mean 2 ID, name with name Keith, and age 29, right? So whatever you are seeing like this is a column. It denotes a column. So okay, and these are the rows. These are the remaining are rows. The first header, ID, name, and age, these are called as fields. These are called as fields. So for this table, what are the fields? You can say ID is a field, name is a field, and age is a field. Okay. So and rows or records we can mention remaining these below rows. Okay, under the header, these fields. Okay. So with this, what can SQL does? Okay, SQL can execute queries against a database. SQL can retrieve data from a database. SQL can insert record in a database. Why we all this comes into this SQL, right? So executing queries against a database means for fetching or adding data, or adding in the sense inserting the data, or deleting existing data, or updating existing data. So we'll use queries. Okay, so retrieving data from the database means so storing data in a database is not the one thing, right? So it is not useful, right? Just storing. So we'll be retrieving whenever we want. Okay, like that. Okay, so inserting data, and it means new records inserting into a table or into a database. Okay, so updating records in a database, and SQL can delete records from a database, and SQL can create new databases also. Okay, in a server we can create multiple databases. Okay, multiple databases, and inside that multiple databases will be having a multiple tables. Okay, so SQL can create a new tables in a database. SQL can create stored procedures. Stored procedure is a topic, so we'll be discussing in the later what is SQL. Okay, well, in simple words, a stored procedure is a pre-compiled query which is having a multiple queries inside that SQL. We'll be just calling on SQL stored procedure name. Okay, SQL can create views in a database. SQL can set permissions on tables, procedures, and views. So we are going to discuss all these topics in further videos. Okay, for now, so this is what we have in the today's topic. Okay, yeah, this is it for today. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.